noite, depende de onde nos estiverem a ver e a ouvir. O meu nome é Ariana.
O meu nome é Karina e isto é o Bimbalhices.
Frescas e fofinhas.
Isso, assim.
Fofinhas. Temos aqui dois colegas que vozes não ides conhecer.
Não conhecem que eles não são tão famosos como nós.
Exatamente.
É
verdade.
But we'll introduce you because, you know, it's important for you to know who they are. So, your name is?
Brian Martins.
Brian.
But you can call me Brian.
Brian and?
Derrick de Mello.
That's so serious. And who
I know,
are you together?
huh?
Who are you together?
The Portuguese Kids.
The Portuguese Kids. We know them. We follow. If you don't follow, you need to follow. Okay, follow.
On the Facebook.
On the Facebook.
Instagram.
We're going to talk English, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
English,
Good.
Portinglês,
Started banging out all this stuff. I was like, uh-oh.
I like the way she starts. She's like,
She's like, okay, here we go again.
She's like,
She's like,
No, she does that later. Not now. Now we don't do that.
Now it's more serious.
Now it's a
oh
little
shit,
more.
okay.
Jamie, how's my mic? It sound okay?
Beamish at nights.
Vimos às night.
Jamie, pull that up.
Beamish the noise.
I just wanted to say that because he's Jamie, Joe
You wanted
Rogan.
to say it,
Jamie,
you
pull that up, please.
Jamie, pull it up, please.
Jamie,
Put it
pull
on the
that up.
screen.
Jamie, pull it up on the screen, please.
Jamie is our behind the scenes amazing person.
Yes, he's technician, he's the manager.
Sometimes you hear
Engineer.
him when he sneezes or he coughs and he.
In the background.
That's the train.
Yeah, it's the train.
So what are we doing here today?
I mean, we're talking about tripas,
Tripas.
and we're on tour in Canada, and making some stops and
Talking to some friends.
talking to some friends, and making new friends along the way.
We're so happy you're our friends now.
I
I know.
It's so cool.
We were talking about the first time we met at the show.
Yeah.
When you were serving tripas over in the corner.
Yeah.
And someone's like, hey, someone's here. They want to give you guys some tripas. I'm like,
Tripas.
What the hell?
what do you mean
like 11
tripas? Like, it's
o'clock.
11 o'clock. I don't have the barriga for that right now. I don't
was
want
like,
to smell like that
Let's
right
go.
now.
I'm like, I thought it was real tripas. I was like, oh, it's a dessert.
I was like, oh,
Okay.
you put the tripas in the waffle? And they're like, no. And it was a dessert.
Yeah.
Which we learned about that for the first time. Like, we
Yeah.
didn't know tripas was...
Have you guys ever had tripas in Portugal?
No,
Like
it's
after
funny.
that,
is
they
We've
didn't
been
know.
through.
Afterwards,
Yeah.
we've noticed it now.
Yeah.
Because now I'm like, I'm seeing tripas. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, it's not tripas.
When we went to Aveiro, all we really had was
Ovsmos.
which, by the way, are
Oh,
delicious.
amazing. Oh my gosh.
And Bimbalhices serves it as an ice cream.
Yes.
Okay, you probably didn't know this.
Wait a minute, did I have that?
No.
No, the diabetes.
Because the diabetes.
Nobody told me about that. We're going here. We're going there next after this
I enjoyed it.
podcast.
Ovsmos
I'll make
ice cream,
some for next
guys.
time.
Ovsmos ice cream.
Our
Good
other
Lord.
Bimba number 3, she used to make ovsmos in Aveiro when she lived in Portugal. And so
Okay.
she's the one that makes the ovsmos. We tried, me and Ariane, she didn't let us. She said, no,
Some jobs that
You don't
let's
make
not,
it. You don't
she
make it like
literally
her.
said, you're not making it right.
You're not making it right. That's
know
a
the mom,
Portuguese
like, no,
problem.
no, move away, go.
Yeah.
Well, you never know what the recipe is.
Yeah.
Because I make that joke on stage. It's you look, you smell, you taste, está pronto. You know,
That's
it's like,
it, yeah.
how much of that was it? You know, like, they never tell you.
You just go with the flow.
She makes it perfect. And then
Perfect.
Ariane makes the ice cream. I've tried to when she was away. Didn't work.
So she does that. What do you do?
I do all the social media. Isn't it nice? Like, come on.
And she
Like,
makes friends with the amigos.
Yeah, there you go.
Here we are.
Now, you guys also make a mean cachorro Kent, I have to just say.
That thing was vicious.
I make
Beautiful
those.
hot dogs.
Make
Okay,
those.
yeah, okay. Then you can
Hers,
stay. You can
not
stay.
as good.
Because like in San Miguel, like at the end of the night, like in
That's
Ponta
what you
Delgado,
finish with.
Yeah.
there's this one gentleman that makes it, and it's everyone goes to them.
Yeah,
Let me tell
who
you,
does that?
Yours
That
is up there.
happens-
Yours
that
is up
happens
there.
in the continent as well. Like that's a late night snack. type of
Oh
deal.
my
Do you guys
God.
have that
In the
anyone
States?
doing cachorros? Like Portuguese cachorros?
In the States,
In the States?
if they
No.
do, they're making it during. It's not like a late night thing.
Not late night.
But it's like a specialty thing. Like some of them will make it. We have a friend that does that, and they'll do the bifana with like the potato sticks and stuff
okay.
like that. But
Nothing that where we're from, actually, we have
I just make it
Coney
at home.
Island hot dogs. That's like a big thing. right?
yeah.
So you get a lot of that.
we make that at home.
But
At
it's
least
not
at
the
Fifth
same.
and Casa.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, these
We're
hot
going
dogs
to
you guys
open a
do.
Bimba's in Fall River.
Yes.
Bimba's in Fall
Bimba's
River.
in Fall River.
Bimba's in Fall
You guys
River.
want to be bimbos in Fall River?
No.
No, stop
There's
it.
one
No,
thing that we know is to not get in the food business. It's too
God
too
bless you,
tricky.
ladies, for that.
No, it's tough.
crazy.
It's tough.
It's
It's a
true.
tough business, you know.
Yeah, and
I
then,
think
like,
in
you gotta
Toronto,
deal-
it's a great place. It's a great place to do because it's a big city, you know. But we see a lot of businesses try and fail in
yeah.
Fall
Of
River
course.
because like it's just not big enough to like sustain. Like we've had restaurants that last 20, 30 years, but like newer places, it's tough.
It's hard, yeah.
It's really tough out there.
And then you got to deal with the Portuguese community. I love you
know.
guys,
But it's hard.
but they're tough.
Yes, tough
and it's
crowd.
like, oh, that's not like how I make it, or the price is too expensive. You know, they don't. They always have something to say.
I can
It's
make
like,
it at home.
I can make
But
it
you
at
know,
home.
like we have found, surprisingly, maybe because our product is so niche, that we have found that we haven't had any of that. Like we haven't. I think
nice.
we actually had this conversation not too long ago, where a year and a half we've been open, we only had one person say it was too expensive. One person.
No,
And we
two.
thought,
I
look
did when I left the first time. I was like, I can't believe they charged that much for this. I'm just kidding.
We have to delete that story. I'm like, Derrick, you can't put that up.
Terrible. No, but yeah, it was fun. We thought, interestingly enough, you know. But I think the main thing is, I can't tell you we're super successful.
We will be.
We will
You
be.
will be.
It's gonna
You gotta
We're
will it.
getting
It's
there.
the beginning of a project, and it takes a while. But we always look at the really, really positive side, and things like this.
This
Like
is
this
positive.
wouldn't happen if it wasn't for that, and we're so grateful. Like it's so cool.
It's fun.
We are because
Yeah.
it's really
You're
cool
so
when you.
sweet.
I know you guys are so nice. I mean,
So
We
what
are.
you doing
Thank
here in
you.
Canada?
Yeah.
We're touring right now with Joe Avati, an Italian-Australian comedian. We're doing this thing called the United Nations of Comedy Tour. And man, today's our second day off, but like we
Oh no,
did.
we're performing tonight.
Oh, that's right. God damn, dude.
no, they all.
He's only had 2
He's
coffees,
not gonna
guys.
go
Give him a
home.
break.
Two
Right.
Macieiras,
He's only had 2
Macieiras
coffees.
today.
So anyway, yesterday was our
I'm gonna
second
need
day
it.
off. It's 12 shows, I think. It's
Oh,
been
yeah, it's
an
been
incredible
nonstop.
experience, like really, really fun. And this is the first time that Brian and I have done this many shows in a row. Like
Yeah,
it's
back to
been like
back.
crazy.
The response has been great from our fans. Like we'll always be thankful for our fans. So the fans that have been coming out and supporting the port, because it's a United Nations of comedy, so it's not just the Italian comic, but we have a Greek comic, a Chinese comic, and a Pakistani comic, and then there's the Portuguese. So we're representing Portuguese in that, and our fans are coming out, and they're just like just as loud as,
Yeah, I
as
know.
a
Yeah.
full room
Beautiful.
of just our fans, which is
Yeah.
awesome. But it's great to see other fans now getting that experience, especially with the improv stuff. So we're starting to see a lot of Italian fans following us now
Yeah.
and be like, hey, we'd love to see you guys when you come back, because it's like, this is for everybody. That immigrant experience, right?
Yeah, of
because
course.
yeah,
Yeah.
Portuguese will have a little differences, but the immigrant
lot of stuff is
experience
relatable.
is
Yeah,
relatable,
very
right?
relatable.
Because
Yeah.
no matter what it is, every daughter's got to be home by 7. It doesn't matter the age.
Yeah.
You'd be
15,
surprised
30, taş in casa.
over the years how many times people have made comments on some of my videos like, "Oh man, this is so fun. You got to be Portuguese to get it." It's like,
No.
you don't.
No.
No.
You do not
Unless
have
it was
to be
only in
Portuguese to get
Portuguese.
it.
Unless it was
It's
only in
not. It could
Portuguese.
be like a
Only-
father getting
no.
mad about something. It's like, like, dude, every culture has
It's
these
super
things, you
relatable,
know?
yeah, yeah.
And ethnic comedy transcends all ethnicities. Because even us growing up, we didn't see Portuguese people on TV. We were like, oh man, this Italian or a Mexican guy. And like, we would relate to that, you know?
Right. Actually, growing up, the one experience we had for a comedy show in Fall River was a TV show called Os Trapalhões. And that was a comedy show from Brazil.
Yeah.
And we would watch that. Oh, man.
It was funny.
Oh, we used to
it was
love it. And it was
funny.
just so, like, even if you didn't understand it as a child growing up, the physicality.
Yeah.
It was the physical stuff that the whole family could just laugh with,
It
you
was
know?
Didi. Didi was so
Didi.
funny.
Gigi?
Oh my god, he was so funny.
In Brazil, he's Gigi.
And then
Gigi.
was it this that he used to do? It was like,
He did
one
this
of
thing
them
with his
did-
eyes, too.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
dude.
They do some
man.
good stuff, like side by show.
Side by show.
Yeah.
Oh my
And then
God.
the other one, Derrick was
Brutal.
singing for a
There's
while.
a song, oh man, me and my dad used to sing this all the time. It was like, Papai, quero me casar. Oh, minha filha, você diga com quem. Quero me casar como luteiro. Luteiro, você não casa bem. Por que, papai? Hold on.
that was great.
Hold on.
He's like, can you get the
Hold
first
on.
line?
Let me get the first line. Then he's like, luteiro tira os leitos vacas e depois vai mamar você também.
We're back.
We're back, baby.
We're back. Beijocas. Didn't think we spoke Brazilian, huh?
Oh, we can't go there.
Não, e que a gente fala bem, né?
A gente fala bem
No,
pra
we
caramba.
love our Brazilian fans as well. We have a lot of fans in
I
Brazil as
know.
well.
Love it.
I know.
I love their accent. Like,
It's a form of compliment for us. We do it all the time.
We try, but we're careful. Some Brazilians don't like it, and other
Yeah,
Brazilians
yeah.
do like it. It's the same as Portuguese. You know,
Of course,
if a Brazilian
course.
speaks with the Portuguese accent from Portugal, some people like. I love it. I love all these accents that
I
we
love
do. and I
all
think-
the different accents,
Love
you know,
it.
and I always try to explain them when people are like, what's the difference between like, Brazilian, and I'm like, Brazilian's just like I don't know, it's like cursive.
they're
It's in
singing.
cursive,
Yeah,
right? It's
exactly.
like
That's a
right,
good way
and
to-
it's,
exactly
right?
it.
And it's
That's
like
a
all
perfect
different,
way
you
to
know. And then
explain
I
it.
guess my Portuguese is like if you're writing with your offhand, that's
And
broken,
yes.
and you're holding it with your elbow.
Yep.
The fold of your arms. This is how Brian speaks Portuguese.
I actually don't think so. Your Portuguese is really good.
When I drink, oh, it's beautiful, man. It flows.
Oh, we haven't
it
seen that yet.
flows.
We're
Our
not
Portuguese
there
is
yet.
awful, man.
It's broken.
It's
That's the
awful.
thing, right? So, like, you know,
I can't
think that's the
think
thing that's
properly.
relatable.
Like,
I think it's-
can't a whole sentence in
I
Portuguese
know.
sometimes.
I think that sometimes it's the chip and thinking.
Right.
But I think that goes, like when I moved to Canada, I was born Canadian, raised in Portugal, and then I moved back to as an adult. When I moved, like it took me a while because I went straight into a
Yeah.
Canadian job per se. I worked as a travel agent for many years. And the chip took a while because I wasn't as good arguing, like when I wanted to get my point
Right,
across. So
right.
it does take a little bit until
You
you
know,
But then
And
after a while, you
sometimes-
start forgetting some of that because, like,
Yeah,
even my
yeah.
mom sometimes like, "Oh man, what was that palabra?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's like you know, it
Yeah, it's
disappears
hard.
after a while because, like,
Yeah.
you know, you speak
You
in
don't
English."
use it enough.
And I think
Yeah.
that's why a lot of our fans, obviously, you know, our comedy is about the it's through the eyes of the child, right? Sometimes we'll do something about our parents in a situation because, like, situational comedy is always good, but through the eyes of the child, like, this is what we're experiencing because, like, you know, ultimately, our families, if they immigrated here, had to assimilate into the culture,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they were still held on to a lot of their roots. Obviously,
lot, yeah.
our culture does that with like festas and sopas and ranchos and everything. The kids had the Portuguese, but then like we had to assimilate into English,
Yeah.
right? If you went to a school that was speaking English
Yeah.
or French or whatever, you had to speak that language. So then you started seeing like that portinglês start to grow, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't
And a lot of these
loja, it was
parents
stua.
are learning
Yeah.
English through their kids, so it was one
Right.
of those.
It-
A lot I see from some of my like cousins and whatever. I was like, okay, não fales português em casa because we need to learn English.
English.
Like,
Oh
yeah,
man, that was a big
Yeah.
thing when my
Right.
mom was
My
learning.
parents never
They
said
were
that.
speaking
My
English.
dad said, aqui em casa falas
Only in
português.
like I
right.
was down in my household, but like I know for my cousins, it was some of them was like, okay,
Yeah.
em casa temos que falar inglês porque a gente tem que
Yeah, they had to
aprender.
learn to get those
Yeah.
jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
started
Dad-
the other way around. My husband didn't speak English as well, and I did. And so in the house, we would speak English so
Yeah.
he could practice. And then when my daughter was born, I tried to introduce the Portuguese. And our first language is Portuguese. I came here as an
Right.
adult.
Yep.
Portuguese is like how I think.
Yeah.
But when she was born and she started speaking English,
It's
then
so easy to default to
It was
English.
so easy
Yeah.
to default.
Yeah.
Now the last few years we've made a genuine effort, and she speaks Portuguese very well, but not to me. I will speak
Yeah.
in Portuguese, and she answers back in English.
She's
Oh,
used to
that's
that.
Crazy,
great.
but she speaks Portuguese like to my family in Portugal, and
Oh,
perfectly
see, that's
fine.
awesome. Yeah. That's
but
awesome.
like really good. But somehow to me, she just comes out with the English.
See, in Fall
Yeah.
River, we're so saturated with Portuguese people. Like my dad never had to learn English. Like
I know.
I know,
but that happens
that's
as
the
well.
thing.
Right.
which is
Oh,
crazy.
Toronto is
My
the
dad he came to America at 26. He died at 76, and for I kid you not, all that time he could probably speak 3 sentences in English.
Yeah.
And
It
he
happens
messed
here
them
too.
up.
He made a life.
Yeah,
Right?
And he made a
That's-
life, which is wild. But like his doctor was Portuguese.
Yeah.
The car
Bank,
salesman.
Car
Yeah.
guy, the
Car
bank,
salesman.
everybody, and everyone.
But it
we
wasn't,
filled in the
you know,
blanks.
and that's the thing, right? Like, but for the kids, it wasn't that. So, like,
Yeah.
we had to go to the kids, you know,
Yeah.
the pediatrician or like, you know, and they spoke English, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like you could see where a lot of kids, and there's a lot of kids our age. You know, obviously I say kids, but you know, people
You're
our
still a
age.
kid, it's okay.
In my mom's eyes, I'm a
That's
I'm
why
a
we
man
call them
child.
Portuguese kids.
That like held on to the language a little bit more because the
Yep.
parents just only spoke Portuguese
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
But there were some, like you were saying, that had to learn English because
Yeah.
they were getting those jobs outside of that comfort
Community.
zone, that the
Yeah.
Portuguese zone.
Like you go to
know?
California, our parents' generation,
Oh.
they all speak perfect
Great English out there.
Perfect English. Like people that came the same year as my dad. I'm like, damn, because they
Why you
had
like
no
to do it.
choice.
Yeah.
There
They
was
had
this,
to.
in California, it's more spread out. So
Yeah.
you have your pockets of communities, but nothing like Fall River where like you
They're on
can't
top
walk
of each
5
other.
feet without
Yeah.
like running into padaria. You know, like in San Jose, there's maybe 1 or 2 padarias now. Back in the day, maybe a few more. But you're looking at like Modesto's the next big city, right? So now you got the Bay Area. These are 3 hours apart sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, so like you got these big sprawling communities. You got to learn English.
Yeah.
But like in Fall River, you didn't have to because it was like that whole area.
Fall
it
River,
was just
New
so
Bedford was
saturated.
another one that was just like
Yeah.
that. New Bedford's got a lot of Portuguese.
Oh, it's like Toronto.
in there, and you know,
Yeah.
it's the
Toronto
same
is-
situation.
you don't have
yeah.
to. You could have a whole life without learning.
I
it,
feel
the
like
whole
people
life.
still are. There's people still our age still potentially coming to Toronto without learning the language.
Yeah,
without having
it's totally
the need to
doable,
learn
you know,
it.
because it's doable. It's a big community.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's funny how now the kids, at least I'll speak for what I see, and my kid and her friends, if they're so proud to be Portuguese,
Yes.
like so proud to wear the jerseys.
I think there
and
was a time in in the world and life that it was not so much.
Right, yeah.
That's so
But
proud.
now-
When
I
we
think
were
it's that.
kids growing up, it was definitely something like my father, there were prejudices against Portuguese people. My dad would work for the unions, and the union guys would be like, whoa, don't work so hard. Like, he would literally be like, told that, like you're
Working
my
too
dad
much.
was
You're
like
outpacing us.
My dad was just like, I'm here to make some money,
Yeah,
like
to work.
so there's a lot of that kind of stuff, but like for sure Brian and I kind of feel like a little bit responsible for creating this wave of like Portuguese pride.
Yeah, you're
'cause
doing great.
Were,
Absolutely.
like the first time we ever went viral was for this song called Portuguese and I Know It, right? And like people like, dude, like so many people like over the years, like, man, that's song, like, thank you, like, we like something that represents like our generation. Like it was like a comedy thing about, it's a parody song, but like it was all about like growing up as a kid of an immigrant, really, like being proud of that, and I think that.
And now it's like it's going to be 21 years now later.
Crazy.
Right?
Actually, Brian, you want to hear something funny? Today is 21 years.
Wow.
Congratulations.
No
Look at
shit,
you.
huh?
Actually, yesterday and today, October 8 and 9.
9, yeah. That was our first two.
Que bonito.
21 years later, and we're still getting new fans.
It's
Hey,
awesome.
You know,
It's
besides
Happy anniversary, pal.
Happy anniversary.
Aw, happy anniversary, guys.
Thank you to all our fans for, sticking with us all that
Sticking
time.
with you guys.
But like we're seeing now, it's like the new generation of Portuguese coming, the grandkids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My daughter's age now, they're a little older now, coming, and they're like, yeah, my avó is just like this. My avó is just like this. So it's
Yeah.
like what we experience with our parents, they're experiencing with avó and avó. They're getting the clean version of them, though.
Yes.
They're not getting tatouage like we did, right? They're getting, chicken McNuggets when they didn't want to eat something. So they get. I know, but they're still getting those Portuguesisms.
Yes,
They're still
yeah,
getting
yeah,
those piadas from them, and it's just so fun to hear the stories now from the kids. And now they're like, I grew up watching you guys, and it's so great to see you on stage and to experience this. Like we're seeing 3 generations.
I know.
Sometimes at our shows, it's like the kids, their parents that are our age, and avó, and it's like,
Yeah.
wow, look at all this.
And what's funny is a lot of times these parents come up to us like, hey, my kids learn Portuguese through your videos, and we're like, don't.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. We're so
Please.
sorry.
We're not the
I
people
got
to
my
teach
kids
that.
It's loja, not stua.
It's,
Don't make the
careful.
mistake we did in
I
Portugal.
got my kid to watch a couple of your videos, and she really liked it. She thought it was really funny because she relates right to it. And it's funny because when I started watching, it was one of those someone
Yeah.
shared, and it's like, oh, look at these guys, and then you start watching, and you're like, oh, cool, like these guys are. And then when I saw live, I understood that you're like, I really, really like your improv. I would say I love it because I think I couldn't do it. I don't know how you guys do it. Like it's
A lot of
crazy.
training. We had a lot of training.
It just comes
Boston,
out, right?
New
Like-
York. Like we got it all around, and it's
And
just
it's
How
just
are the
doing
shows when you
shows.
guys go to Portugal? How are the shows when you guys go to
just like
Portugal?
this.
Yeah.
We present it the way we do here. We always try to read the room, so we'll always ask who is not Portuguese. If like 3 or 4 people applaud, then we're like, all right, maybe we'll just go a little heavy Portuguese.
Yeah.
But like if it's like a good amount, we'll just do it the way we normally
the
do
first
it.
thing we ask is who here is on vacation? Because
Oh,
that's what
yeah.
we really do. We do these shows in the summertime because we know a lot of our
A
fans.
lot of fans are there. Oh, that's pretty cool.
And that's a cool thing. Like a lot of kids, like if you go ask an Italian guy, like maybe second or third generation, how many of those are going back to Italy? I don't know. Like I could say for us, a lot of our people go back to Portugal. It's just like
lot.
Yeah, it's a thing.
you
It's a
know?
mentality thing. It's like when people always say you're going this summer, it's like, well, I can't come every summer. But in people's heads, it's like, vais no verão a Portugal. Like, you're supposed to go.
we know.
When we lived in Portugal, I lived in Portugal, worked in Portugal. I hated the Monte Vagas. I hated all the avex that were coming,
Yes.
all the camões that were coming. I'm like, come on, like no,
Os
no.
calafones.
Yes.
Oh, I worked in a
Calafones.
hotel. It was just so many, but
It's
now
just that
I
expectation
think.
that we're meant to go for the whole summer.
Right.
to
Yeah.
But you
Portugal.
know,
We
it's
don't have
funny that you
jobs.
look different at an immigrant when you're there than I do now as an immigrant.
Of course.
I'm like, look at you coming to Portugal. Good for you. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and when I was there, I was like, oh, whatever. Like, so the beaches are full. But now I think, great. Like,
Right.
it's my first time this year going in August. I've never gone in August since
Wow.
I came back,
Yeah.
ever.
Everything's closed.
Everything's
I
closed. Yeah.
know. It's okay. I'm going on vacation. So
Yeah.
it's okay.
Be at the praia. That's
Don't go
it.
to
I know. I'm going to go to the
Yeah.
playa. That's it. Just
Today in the
Right.
coup, and let's go.
Nope.
But back to that, how they receive it, because we're in the summer, so many of them are already on vacation, so it's just like doing a show in Toronto.
Yeah, that's
and by the way, when we travel in San Miguel, or even the Azores in general, 90% of the people that bump into us in the street from Canada.
Of course.
A lot of Canadians
There's so
love
many Azorias in
to
Canada.
come back to the old country, man, and we love that. So like we do our shows, but sometimes we'll do a show like in Lisboa. We how many on vacation? 90% of the room locals.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we're like,
awesome.
okay, well,
And some of them are local, some of them are transplants that are just happen to be in Lisbon from somewhere else. But yeah, Lisbon.
And again, killed that show. Killed so
that in
it's-
Porto too.
Yeah,
We had a
a lot
good
of
show in
people in
Porto.
Portugal
I almost went to
understand
Porto.
English,
Yeah,
speak English.
and we
like,
have a lot of there's a lot of locals, right?
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
come to the show and they love it, and it's funny because like, again, our age understands that there's accents.
Yeah.
Just like in the United States and
Right.
Canada,
Yeah.
whatever province you go to or state, everyone has a bit of an accent, so they understand. The older generation will always give us the piadas, right? If we
Yeah.
do a show in, like we did a show in New Jersey once, and this is something that like we had to learn. You know, we were doing something and we said "shirdice" and someone's back "shirdisu," and I'm like, we got to pronounce our vowels, guys. You know, we got to like be conscious of that. Like, we don't want to lose our identity. We know we're from the Hoje, but we also want to like make sure we're pronouncing words so everyone can get in on
Understand
it.
it, yeah.
But like we have a lot of fans who are like they get the accents.
Yeah, of
they you
course.
know they just want to see the comedy and
Yeah.
they get it because
Yeah.
they have
And laugh.
cousins. They have primos and primas that live in North America and they get the the immigrant
For us,
upbringing.
they're like, oh, this is like our crazy cousins.
Our
type of
crazy
thing,
cousins,
you know?
right.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's fun to see like locals or even like in San Miguel, like people that just want to come out and like a lot of times they're curious. You know, like we want to see, like, which is great for us. We're like, we'll take your money, and we give them a pretty good show. you
Yeah,
know?
you do,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's so
It's
fun. And
really,
I think
really
the
funny.
improv is, if we just went up there and did sketch and stand up, again, I think a lot of people would love it. But like, I think adding the element of improv, like we've actually seen a lot of the older generation come up to us and be like, in the sketches. They're like,
yeah.
but like they were like the improv. They're like, damn, that was impressive because they get like the counting, right? Like
Yeah.
they laughing at that because
It's funny.
It is, and
Yeah,
like,
that's
it's,
what I'm
it's
saying.
naturally
Anything
funny,
can
you
come
know.
out of that, right?
I love
Hey,
this
Right.
music, but the
God.
improv is just cool, and I was impressed. I said that when we went
And
to
the
see the
thing
show.
that you engage, that's where you engage the public, right? And
Yeah.
it can
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
it can go
Anywhere.
anywhere.
And that's the
It can
best
go-
part. It's like you ask the audience, and sometimes they give you something so random, and the audience like kind of laughs, like, "All right,
Yeah.
what are you going to do with that?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
Yeah.
Go.
We actually had a good one in because like with this show, there's we know people bring kids because immigrants don't pay for babysitters.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's one thing Joe Avati is
And
very
Joe
proud
was
of.
like,
He always
we
does
just want to
clean
keep this
shows.
clean
Yeah.
because
Clean,
sometimes there's going to be
nice.
kids there, and there's a lot of the older folks want to have a spicy show. So like we respect that. And we asked for something where like we do the sound effects scene as two Portuguese women with our like house coats and like what's this business we started, and someone said OnlyFans. So like okay, and we did a scene about two Portuguese women that only fixed fans. That's all we did. We fixed OnlyFans, and it was about fixing fans, and the crowd.
By the time they got it, they were like,
lost it.
damn,
They were just
they were
dying.
expecting that.
They
yeah.
were dying, and it was like, this is great, and and the crowd appreciates that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, you didn't go that way, and it was
Sure.
just like a smart way of like
Very
turning it
funny.
around.
And you didn't rehearse it, right? Because you couldn't.
Because it's right
No.
there.
You
It's
couldn't.
whatever they
Yeah.
give us, and
That's
especially
whatever
if
they
you're doing
give
something like puppet, where they're moving you around. Yeah, you got to say like, hey, I'm going to sweep, and it's like they couldn't do it wrong, and it's like, okay, you got to make sense of this. Like,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
is my character doing this? And sometimes, and it's like the thing with improv is you have to convince people that it's normal of
Yeah,
what's
yeah, it's
happening.
happening.
We're
It's a flow.
making this normal, and that's something that takes time. You
Yeah.
know, you got to like it's a
I will
lot.
say this though, over the last 20 years, a lot of the suggestions are usually they're so similar. Like with the job, it's always like OnlyFans. We got 3 times
And we're
already
like, all
on
right,
this
something
tour.
else
OnlyFans.
besides that. Like our stripper, we got a stripper one night, and
Oh,
we're like,
yeah.
all right. So we
Paint
made a scene
stripper.
about stripping paint.
Stripping paint,
Like, let's take the paint down, But like sometimes, like, hey, they just want the dirty stuff. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
Portuguese
If
people.
it's our show, we will do sometimes, like Portuguese, like their comedy picante a
Pecans.
little bit.
Not in English. Not in English.
Not in English.
Don't swear in English.
The F word's bad.
But you can
And
swear in Portuguese.
You get to go.
Swearing in Portuguese is just not the
It
same.
sounds
as in
better.
English.
It sounds
Yeah,
better.
That sounds
It's
better. You
nicer.
say the F word is like, and like, ugh, but like
No.
caral, just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have to beep that,
Literally.
but.
No,
Sorry,
we don't.
Jamie.
Literally, excuse me.
So on our podcast, I say so
literally
many
rolls out of your
English
mouth.
phrases.
It's the
I'm
Kashodish
from the
guys. They're
north.
hot.
It just comes out, right? So sometimes we're talking to each other, and I go like, "For this," and she's like, "No, you can't say that." I'm like, "I can say whatever the freak I want."
Yeah.
But in English,
Portuguese.
it doesn't
In English,
come
I
out.
think
Yeah.
It's not as good. Yeah.
Poetic
English
in
are
Portuguese,
different.
you see,
It's poetic, yes.
Língua de
I love it.
Camões, right?
Yeah.
So-
Back
No,
in- you know-
Camões would die and roll in his
In his
grave.
grave.
Let's not go there.
It's funny because on the islands, it's not like that. There's no caralho. There's no
Oh my God, up
that's
north?
not, because it's like very like, you
The
don't
first
swear in front of
time
our
I said
family.
Azores are very much socially conservative
Yeah.
When it comes to
compared
stuff
to
like
the
that, yeah.
mainland.
You
we
go up
found
north, you say 10 words, 12 are swearing.
So the
swearing,
first time,
all of them.
time I said porra to an older Azorean lady at the center, she's like, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? Porra to us is just a normal word.
to us
Like,
too,
it's
and
normal.
from
Yeah.
Michelangelo, but some of the outer islands, they're like,
Oh,
She said, no, that's a terrible word. And
No,
I'm like,
no,
"What?"
that's only in September.
And then I have my
When it's time
best
to make
friend is
kids.
from Povo de Varzim. And the first time I went to her house, her mom, are you ready to get all the bleeps in? So I went to her mom's house and I go in and I say, oh, meu nome é Karina. And she goes, lá Karina, estás boa, queres comer alguma coisa? E eu, no, I'm not hungry, thank you so much. She's like, essa filha da puta não quer comer caralho.
that's great. No, that's up north, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Povo
love
de
it.
Varzim is all the way up.
Yeah.
And but I love it. Like it comes out so naturally.
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
you can't.
It's just part of the. It's like
It's part of the
period to
vocabulary.
a sentence.
Yes.
And we have a content creator friend, Dave Rodrigues, who does how to cook Portuguese stuff, and like he says caralho a lot, and like a lot of people like, do you have to say caralho? A lot of people comment, and I tell them all the time, like 90% of those people that are commenting are Azorean because they do
We
not
don't-
like
right.
the word caralho. Like it's
It's just not
something-
part of the vocabulary
You
like it
use
is in the
it,
continent.
it's like it's something bad. You know
I
what I'm
found we
saying?
went to San Miguel right before we opened the store. We did a girls trip to San Miguel, and I'd never been. I think Ariane had been once already.
Yeah, a lot back in the days working, but I have.
But we went, it was funny because our cook from the first Portuguese, Carolina, she's from the Azores, and she had just started at the first. And we were talking, and I said, "Oh, I've never been to the Azores. I really want to go." And she says, "Oh, my mom has like a empty house there." Like,
That's
and
that's
we're like,
keyword for
"I'm
come.
sorry,
Yeah.
are you
Yeah.
inviting
Come
us?
to the house.
Yeah.
Are you
We're Portuguese,
inviting?"
we love free
And
shit.
she said,
Let's go.
"Yeah, if you're gonna
It's
go."
called
A couple
Turismo
of weeks
Amigo.
later, everything was booked.
No
and
way.
we were gone, and
We're done.
a friend of hers lent a car. We did a really big boo boo with the car. We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But she lent us
Yeah,
the car.
driving on Azores is not
No,
easy. Always get the
gasolina,
insurance.
We got all
Oh
the
no!
gas on the car. It was awful. It
Oh
was
my
awful.
God!
Boom,
She
boom,
lent
boom.
us the car, and we.
You put unleaded gas into the diesel engine.
Yeah.
But
What happens
anyway.
in the Azores stays
Stays
in the
in the
Azores.
Azores.
Only
so
on
it was a beautiful,
Bimbalhices.
beautiful trip. I know. It was a beautiful trip, but what I meant was I found it to be, first of all, I've never had, like, people are so freaking nice. Like, so nice.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
not expecting it.
Very
It was amazing.
homey and open
Super.
and-
But it reminded me of Portugal, of the continent, how it was before. You know, like
Right.
before. So it reminded me of the terrinhas in the continent. Like it's still quite old, you know, still
And
quite.
it's very rural, and,
Very
and
rural,
it's a farming community.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Right.
So
it's
we
a
went
big
to Ponta
agricultural.
Delgada, but even Ponta Delgada wasn't, you know,
Right.
a
Right.
big. So I loved it. I thought it's like going to the olden age of Portugal. It was beautiful.
Some of my favorite parts of the continent are the places that remind me of the
Yeah,
island, the villages,
absolutely.
and
Yeah.
although the like places like Óbidos and Sintra is like amazing to us because we didn't grow up with that history
Yeah.
because of like our history in the islands.
Like
It's
we
like
go to
poor
Alentejo,
farmers.
Evita, and we're like, man, Romans were here. You know,
Yeah,
like it's
you
like,
know?
wow, that's insane.
And that's
like,
something for us is so fortunate, and it's like we always spread the word, and we always encourage our fans to go visit outside of where you normally go. You probably visit your family all the time, right? But if you just take the time and visit the other areas,
stuff.
Yeah.
and just go take it
And
in because it's like
actually
it's
see a
so
lot
beautiful.
of people do that. Like, oh, we're in San Miguel, but we're gonna because the flights are so
here.
cheap. We're gonna
Yeah.
go to Madeira, or we're gonna go to
Yeah.
Lisbon for a couple of days. Do that because like you really do get to experience so much. You don't, and that's the other thing too. Like I was talking to Brian about this not too long ago. Everyone always thinks you got to go for 3 months or you got to go for a month.
no,
like,
no.
dude, go for 5 days
Yeah.
if you can go. If the
One thing at a
flights are
time.
cheap
Yeah.
enough,
Yeah.
you got 5 days. You can do
A lot.
You don't have to do everything. You can go back. You know, that's the beauty. Like to us, that's the beauty because like we've gone so many times. We've been able to like not have to try. We've done that. We squeeze everything in, right? And then we've done
then
the
you learn.
opposite where you're like,
Yeah.
wow, like this week, like last time we even do Foodnish, and like
Yeah.
we always go to Foodnish. We're like, yeah, we'll go next time because
Yeah.
we did a bunch of other like we kayaked in Cidade. That's the first time I ever did that. Like that
Oh,
was a
it's
great
gorgeous.
experience, you know. And we've been going for years and never once
Never
did
did
that.
that,
So
right.
like, there's so much you can do.
That's something that impresses me about San Miguel in general. And there's so much to
crazy.
do.
There really
like
is.
Even people are like, oh, with the kids, my kids had a blast.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
wonderful.
There's so much to see.
Because like, you know, that old time of going, you know, when you went back in the day, you went and you were just visiting family. And you were stuck with them.
And you're in your
You're stuck in your freguesia, you didn't leave, no way. Yeah, and like, you know, we were talking about that the other night where like there's people that live in the island of San Miguel that's probably they've never visited the other freguesias. They've been in theirs and that's it. That's all they've ever known. So it's so sometimes you hear that and it's like, oh, it's like, but there's so much to do now. You can get a car and just, and the island now, they're getting a lot of automatics. Not standard, they're automatics that shift for the.
Right.
When you, even in the continent, I know a lot of people haven't visited Alentejo or haven't visited any other place of the continent, right? I've been fortunate enough to travel all around the country. It's like visiting 10 different countries. Because it's so different. You go to Alentejo, it has absolutely nothing to do with Xeriz. It has not, it's so different, right? And you go, like, it's just crazy. So I think Portugal is just, isn't it nice to be Portuguese?
We finally caught a proper medieval feast at Obidos.
We did.
Finally.
Let's not talk about that.
During the day and at night.
No,
we did
it's
both
very
times.
nice. Sorry, Obi.
Here we go.
It's beautiful.
Here comes the Gatorade.
Santa Maria da Feira is the one. Santa Maria da Feira has the biggest one. It's where I'm from.
You couldn't tell the energy coming
When
off?
is that? When is that?
So it's
Agosto. July, início de agosto.
It's right in on. I'm gonna go this year for the first time in 20 years.
And may we might check it out. Yeah.
It's Santa Maria da Feira. It's usually in the beginning of August. They haven't announced dates for this year yet, for next year yet.
It's usually like 3, 4, 5, between the 1st and the 5th.
But it's like a whole week.
Listen,
I'll
say this.
Obidos
does a good one.
No. Ours is better.
I've done both, like in the past 2 years.
And
I've done both.
Don't break up this friendship. Don't break up the friendship.
Come on!
Have you done Santa Maria da Feira though?
No, we haven't. We don't know. We can't compare.
We gotta do both.
We'll do that. We'll do that for you. We'll judge.
We love those
let me
things,
know because
man.
it's the first time. So when I got married, it was just
It had just started.
It had just started. And I was 18. We couldn't afford a wedding, let alone like a bachelorette or whatever. So we had this friend who has a house in the center of the city. And so we had like a barbecue there all together with my friends, his friends, my family all together there. And we dressed up medieval. And so I was the queen, he was the king, you know, kind of thing. And then we walked to the medieval fair. And it was so funny because they thought we were part of the
that's
take
awesome.
it very seriously.
So they opened up for us to walk through.
Serious.
Like, it was gorgeous. I loved it. Never been again. Because every time I go back.
Is it in just a village?
No, it's inside Santa Maria da Feira.
Inside Santa Maria.
There's
There's a castle.
Okay.
There's a medieval castle.
The town is closed for that. Like, that's what's
You have
happening.
to exchange your money into
You have to
medieval
exchange your
money.
No way.
That's
So
awesome.
good.
Wow.
All right, we'll
Food is
check it out.
amazing.
All right.
You need to check it out.
We'll go
Where are you
back.
staying so we can go bum one of your bedrooms
No
there?
problem, no
Amigo.
problem. My brother has a house by the beach about 15
perfect.
minutes from Santa Maria da Feira.
Itombon.
There you go.
I love it. I love when you
That's my
go and
brother.
it's like at the feast too when they do like that huge travessa of like the alcohol and you just like
Anything.
cider. I was like pouring myself cups all night, pão com chouriço. I'm like, hey, let's go.
What's
We were-
really, really good there is javali. Oh my God.
Javali, what is?
Javali is like a
Wild
preto,
boar?
Wild pork.
No, not pork preto. Wild boar.
Okay, but é porco.
Wild boar, huh?
Wild boar, and they do it like the leitão, like
Really?
they roast it, like the pig.
It tastes like pork?
No, it tastes so much better.
It's very good.
It's
You know,
crazy.
the sauces.
It's
and
crazy.
Well, we could spend a whole other episode
I know,
just talking about the food. Talk about comidas.
I know.
Well, you know,
We
we're
like,
Portuguese. That's how
those medieval fests are really cool because like you're like, damn, this actually happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Here,
This
you know.
is where this came from.
Right.
This is
You know,
where-
medieval times were actually upon Portugal, so it's like really, really cool for us. Like I remember the first time we actually experienced it. Even the Azores has one.
San Miguel has it, yeah.
Ribeira
I remember
Grande,
seeing it for the first time, like what? And then I'm like, oh
blast.
yeah, huh?
Yeah,
Like
I
yeah,
think
this
now
makes
a bit
sense.
all over the country. There's
Yeah.
some smaller, like
It's a
Lady
popular
and Lady
thing,
and
yeah.
this one. Like
Too,
everyone
yeah.
kind of
But,
tries.
you know,
kinda fun.
it is ultimately our history,
Yeah.
even in the
Yeah.
Azores. Like the king sent the Portuguese to settle and all that.
Right.
So it's
It's
but
part
like
of us.
seeing it for the first time, I'm like,
It's crazy.
what is this doing here? I'm like, oh, it's a freaking medieval feast in San Miguel. Like, let's
It's
go.
crazy, yeah.
We don't have the castles, but
In Santa
we got
Maria da Feira,
windmills.
they have a castle and they do like a show like inside the castle. It's really
Oh,
good. Really,
man.
really
Same
good.
thing with Obidos. There was a band that did some really crazy music. We follow them on Instagram. It's escaped my name, the name, but anyway, they're like a medieval style band. They do like all these things. Man, fire and like the music.
Oh, I love it.
Absolutely, just like an amazing performance. I've been in Disney World like a million times. It felt like I was
Yeah, it
at
really
a
does feel
Disney,
like that.
live show. Like I was like, wow,
Getting
this is
being able to dress up and like rent the clothes and stuff. I'm
Oh,
like,
I
this
love
is
it.
awesome, man.
yeah.
It's beautiful. we could just let's move to Portugal. I don't know what we're all doing here. Let's.
Right. So I have a question. After 21 years, is there any, like on a day-to-day basis, do you find that you find something out about each other that you didn't know? You're like, holy, really? Because I found today something about Karina. I was like, what the hell? Like, I didn't know that about you.
That's a good question. We spend so much time together that it's like,
I get on his nerves more than he gets on mine for sure. I have some quirks though, so he's
you can tell by his forehead.
Maybe we're not sitting together.
See, I put my friend through hell a lot.
Oh man!
But like
Good
I have ADHD, so a lot of times like he will be like, dude, you literally said the opposite just 2 days ago. I was like, no, you're
That's
kidding.
what she says about me.
I don't remember saying that at all. He's like, dude, I'm going to murder you.
ADHD.
Yeah.
We need to switch, y'all. They're the same thing.
But yeah, I know.
But as far as taste and stuff, we know each other.
We've been through so much.
Well. Like
so
I know his coffee. He knows mine.
But
that's
you guys have been friends
person.
like since little.
Children, little kids. My avó.
Maybe that's why.
My avó, when she would like babysit, like when my mom would go to work, my avó lived right on the side of Derrick. Lived in the apartment building to the right. So we used to play as kids. I used to go upstairs. His mom used to feed us.
Oh, so there's no secrets there.
But the thing is that like a lot of people think Derrick is Michelense. He's from San Miguel, but he's not. He's from Santa Maria. Just happened to be living.
Say it again?
Turismo amigo? Casas?
No, I have my tia.
Oh, okay. Tea is good.
She will feed you a lot of variedera.
I love Allieda. Oh my god.
Allieda is not popular in the Azores.
No, not at all.
But in Santa Maria,
the islands,
it's very popular. They make it in Santa Maria and everything.
So excited.
Every time we go over his house, like, hey, look, my aunt's making food. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna starve myself.
Yeah.
Because she'll have a whole travessa full, and it's like fried Allieda, fried
I have to put on my rubber ring because that gets so many shoulders.
Swollen.
I'm like, the ring is swelled up. I'm like, hey, this thing's stretching out. I'm like, is this normal?
I do like trying it though when we're in the continent because there's so many different styles. Like when we were in the College de Henya, I forgot what was the restaurant, the last one we just went to?
Oh, dude,
in college. Do you remember? It wasn't Salada de Zamins.
No,
it was the other one, and they had Allieda, but it was like fried and it was like open. You could, I was like, oh, I can't stop.
They do so many croquettes now.
It's really good.
And speaking of caralho, Caldas is very popular. They love it in their cups. They love it in their coffee cups. They put it
we had an Airbnb company that gave us a free room in exchange for some content. So we get there and they literally welcome package and like it was all cups with just penises in them. I was like,
and then
wow.
like the chef with the apron thing, you pull the string up, like everything looks infected. I don't know why they paint it like that.
I just don't get it.
Why is it so red?
It's not a very nice thing to look at. So like, I
you
don't
haven't
understand
seen mine.
I don't want
too easy. I'm sorry, but no, you're right. The ones that they make are even uglier, dude. They're so ugly.
Awful.
They all look infected when you see it.
Yeah, it's weird.
But it's a thing. It's just a thing, you know. It's like
well, I guess it's no different than the Galo Barcelos. They just made themselves famous with
a different kind of cock. A different kind of cock.
A whole different kind, a colorful one.
Yeah.
Funny thing, actually, we years ago we talked earlier about our old store that we used to have that we still are affiliated with shopportuguese.com.
That's not our jingle.
No, it's not. But we imported one time. Our importer was like, "Hey, I got these weird things." He's like, "They're Galo Barcelos, but they're riding a Vespa."
Oh,
so we're like, you know what? Yeah, we'll take them, right? And then we never really sold a lot of them. So we found them in our warehouse or whatever, and we were like, "Oh my God, we should bring this to the Italian show because it's like a Portuguese, right?
Sold out.
Sold out.
Portuguese
sold out.
We sold out. He was like, "Hey, we can't keep these
old
roots
Italian gentleman that came to take pictures of Avad. He loved Avad and came over. He goes, "Oh," and he was just showing us like, "Oh," like, "Hey," like I don't know what we're saying.
It was awesome.
But it was so cool to see the cultures coming together, right? And just like just a little bit of everything there.
Very, very fun.
Which was awesome.
That's really
And this is like the beauty of like doing the United Nations of Comedy Tour. Now that we can come back to that. This is like the longest tangent we went on based on your question, but it's nice to see the blend of cultures in there, being able to just laugh together. You know, like we can all come together and have this like joke together and like
relatable.
And it was so
relatable.
funny. We went to watch the show and it's so funny. Just Joe is super funny.
Joe's hysterical.
Super relatable.
It is.
Like, really, really
you know,
relatable.
and it's like for us, it's like a nice little flashback to our lives, and it's almost like therapy, right?
Yes.
'Cause we went through a lot, you know. It's like, man,
You have to talk about the beatings because if you don't, then
yeah, that's all part of it, you
We all
know.
share
Like,
it.
Put some sense into it.
you know,
right?
our dads grew up. It was like you don't talk about your feelings, you drink, and you took it out on your kids.
That's
Fuck
it.
others.
So-
Sometimes
There you
people
go.
come up to us after the show, like, man, I needed to see that, you know, like, they were like,
wasn't
like,
just
I
me.
did,
It
yeah.
wasn't just me.
People actually come up to us and say, like, man, I really thought, like, my dad, like, hated me or something. And I was like, no, dude, my dad hates me too, bro. And I'm like,
It's called tough
we're
love.
all in this, you know? And it's like, it really is, like, funny how much we have in common in
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
aspect, like especially with like some of these, like we're Gen X, right? So like as the generation's gone on, I don't want to say they're so, I hate saying the word they're softer, but it's they've gotten better with their kids, right? And like our generation, we're like, dude, you know, like my cousin got hit with a coat hanger, you know what I mean? Like when it's like really crazy stories that you hear, you're like, damn, like some of us
parents-
suffer.
My parents now couldn't even think of laying a finger on those kids. You kidding me? I
Never.
came home
Yeah.
once and my dad had my daughter on the, God rest his soul, on the kitchen table dancing. Com sapatos, tudo em cima. And then they were like, oh, there was a bowl of M&M's. Like, ela não tem uma fome, ela não queria comer. O que é que tu mãe fizeste? Oh, eu dei-te uma gela cheia de M&M's. I'm like, that. What?
What?
M&M's, that's what she ate. Went home, threw up the rest of the night.
Oh my
Do
God.
they care? No.
My
Voilà.
mom, I think I said this on the stand-up that we did at the show, but I live above my mother, right? So like my son, both my sons will go downstairs all the time, and like my youngest will sleep with my mom all the time, right? And she you would not believe the amount of times she's like, I had to feed him last night.
What?
And I'm like, he had dinner at 6, yeah. Today, going to bed, sheet form. I can't do that. And I was like, he ate. He's like, no.
I'm not
He
gonna-
goes to
I'm not
bed
gonna-
with a full stomach. I'm like, you can't feed this kid at 8 o'clock at night. Nope, she gives him whatever he wants.
Whatever
Pizza.
he wants.
She'll sometimes call me. He's like, I can't believe this. I'm feeding your son at 9 o'clock. And I'm like, first of all, why is he up?
Why?
Why is he
Okay,
up? Yeah.
and he's like, why are you cooking him a pizza in the oven?
Yeah. My mom now will visit. My daughter's 15 now. My mom drives out of her way, 20 minutes. I don't live like super close. I've since moved out of Fall River. I'm only in Somerset. I'm literally right over the longest bridge in the world, the Braga Bridge. Goes from Somerset to Little Portugal. That's the joke, is Fall River. But my mom will drive 20 minutes out of her way to drop off food for my daughter. Oh, I made some bacalhau. She made bacalhau, quiche bacalhau. She saw a recipe. She added bacalhau to it. She said, I made this for your daughter. I'm like, and? She goes, and? Make sure she eats it. I'm like,
What do you mean?
You're done. You're done, dude.
No.
She's fed you enough,
She's
all right,
fed
bro?
me.
Yeah,
She's
you're
like,
done,
no.
done.
She just
Yeah.
wants to come
She's
over
fed
and
you
just.
Yeah, you're a big boy now.
Yeah.
It's so funny though. Like we do make the jokes about being kids to our parents, but they, you know, you gotta love that they still wanna help in some way, right? My mom
Absolutely.
calls, she's like, "I saw your interview about, or I saw the video and I loved it," but then it's like the mom comes out. Why didn't you iron that shirt?
Why are you wearing
Did
that?
you see
Why?
how many people saw that? Hey, Brian, grand pork. Hey, that's you. That's you. That's not me. But you know, people talk. I'm like, Mom, it's just you. It's just you talking. You know.
mom would
No,
just
it's
diss my
not. It's the
Portuguese.
zingers
It was
and the people
zing,
from the
I
church
know,
and the
I
comments.
know.
My wife is continent, right? So like everything that I ever say is just made fun of at the house. Like I remember when I first started dating my wife, I was like, I said meu mãe instead of minha mãe.
Minha mãe.
And my wife at the time, my girlfriend, she was like, I'm sorry. Did you say meu mãe? I was like, yeah. She's like, it's minha mãe. I was like, vai pro caralho.
You pronounce the vowel in that too, which is nice.
We'll do as this is a true story too. We'll do interviews sometimes, right? And we did an interview last summer promoting the tour at in our. It was actually we did two of them, right? We did the Praça da Alegria in mainland, and then we did Açores Hoje in the Azores. And my wife saw both of them, and I remember Mike Rita. He was with us. He was like, "Damn, dude," he was like, "Your Portuguese was on point, bro." He was like, "You were
Derrick felt so
nailing
good
it."
about
I
himself.
was like, "Thank you."
His like chest
His
was
wife
here.
brought
It
it
was like,
down. Tell us.
First thing she said, I was like, "Hey, you see the interview?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Jesus, you really got to learn Portuguese better." I was like, "What?"
Oh my
I was
God.
told that was my best ever. She was like,
Okay,
"It's
what's your
not."
wife's name? What's your wife's name?
Jessica.
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 Come on, Jessica.
Oh,
He's
Jessica.
doing pretty good. Like you have to give him. Come
No,
on.
I cannot. She can make as much fun of me as she wants. 'Cause
Is she fluent in Portuguese?
Yeah,
Very,
yeah.
very.
But she lets me do what I do. She supports me, so I'll take that.
Pretty
You know,
good.
I remember
she had a great sense of humor
The
about it.
best is my dad. He would say, "Brian, tu falas com uma boca cheia de papas." I'm like, "Thanks, Dad." That was it. Give me a hug, and that was it. He was like, "Hey, What are you going to do?
And my wife's a nurse, so she does not so much anymore, but like the old company she used to work for, she would do home visits, and like it was majority Portuguese people. And
they must love her.
she
Oh,
is
yeah.
such a lovable person. But like, yeah, it's just so funny. She gets to practice all her Portuguese
her
every
Portuguese
day, you know,
every
and
day.
she's just so great at it. So we actually like talk like every time we talk about like moving to Portugal. Like,
She's
oh,
done. She's packed
she's
up.
like,
She's
I'm
good.
ready.
I'm pretty sure her
Ready.
bags are done.
She's like, I'm
She's-
fluent. I can read. I can write.
Let's
She's
go.
like, I'll get a job before you. I was like,
I'm
damn.
done.
You know,
They need
We'll
nurses.
just
she's already
work
my
out of
sugar
Portugal.
mama.
That's all. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Oh, yeah,
We'll
you
work
can
out of
do
Portugal.
anywhere. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah, why not?
Just
You
live
know what?
there,
We'll get
travel here.
jobs at the medieval fairs. All
Yes, you
across-
will.
Oh, yeah?
Derrick's a
Growing
snake
With your
charmer.
scar now, you
Yeah.
can totally play
I
some,
do.
like,
I'll look like the village.
yes,
You know.
You
The
can totally
Kutcher
do the
thing.
gladiator there.
Yeah.
No, I'm
He's
glad.
a
Come
good
on,
dog.
quit
He's
your
a good
team, bro.
dog.
Come on, I'm a warrior,
He's always
bro.
fun.
Come on,
I'll
don't
tell
touch
some
me.
games. I'll tell some games.
I went
Kutcher
that
thing.
way. I went
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Macho.
Okay, I appreciate it. This guy is like,
Nah, you know,
the town
you guys
influence.
said anything new from Derrick? No,
town
you guys are giving
influence.
something new, right?
You know why? Because me and Ariane spent so much time together, like so much time, but we only met as grown-ups. So we're still finding out stuff from more me because I'm like, I tell everything. She's like I have to like crack
keeps it
the
in.
shell. She keeps
Hard
it all
shell
in.
to crack.
And, you know, she hugs me like this. She'll give me a hug and go,
Oh, the baseball tap? Like that?
he's awful.
Good
I want
game,
to
kid.
kill her. Like,
She
I'm
just likes to,
Yeah.
She likes a big,
You know
yeah.
what it is?
You know what-
She's that she wasn't taught to share her feelings, and so now
Portuguese?
I'm teaching her to
you go.
share feelings, to say I love you. You know, I miss you. You're a
looks like
big
she's
part of
gonna
my
throw up.
life. Like, I say it all the time, even though
I'll
like,
tell you
sometimes
this,
I know.
Brian has never hugged me in 21 years.
today.
That's
Have you
very
smelled
sad.
him? When you
smells
said three
great.
fish, I'm like, I sit near one all day.
It's your fresh today. You need to hug. I think you
I'm only kidding. We've
No,
hugged plenty
no,
times.
no. Hey, you don't
we've
like
hugged-
those side hugs. Wait till your kid gets in those teenage years.
No,
That's
mine
all
is
you
in the
get.
teenage years. I don't let her. I hold on to her. She yells at me.
It's a
and
lot of
awful.
this.
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I, your softball coach? Oh, come here, dad.
You know what I did the other day? I went to drop her off at school, and I usually say, I'll drop her off in the morning and I say, "Love you, honey," and then she says, "I love you," and goes. But her friends are there.
Oh.
She was pissed because we were yelling. I was yelling, and then I dropped her off and I said, "I love you," because even when I'm pissed,
Yeah.
I still say, "I love you," because I could die.
Yeah.
So, push.
Oh, the Portuguese mom guilt trip came out.
God forbid.
So my mom has passed away, and so I turned to her. What if I die like your avó? Like
Yeah.
that's what I say. So she goes. She leaves the. I say, "I love you." She doesn't say it back. Ryan.
Aralho.
I open the window and I go, "I love you, Emma," and she's like, "Oh my God!" Like, "Oh my God!" All her friends are looking.
Portuguese
I
mom.
embarrass her. When she gets home, she's like, "Mommy, you embarrassed." I'm like, "Never ever leave the car without saying I love you."
There you go.
What if I got hit by a train?
Chapadas.
Yeah,
Exactly.
what
What
if
if
I
a plane landed on me?
Like,
Like,
you know,
it goes, it's almost,
Un raio na testa.
yeah.
but I just know that's the way I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die with one of those like really improbable.
You
you're
go
like,
the
"Oh
most
my gosh,
craziest route ever, and it's
It's
like,
me.
see? A
When I
caldera
just-
opened up under our house, and I got sucked into the lava pit.
Yeah.
You
We
did
joked
say I
about
love
it,
you.
like when I got this accident, I was like, man, now if I die boring wise, I'm like, I have to
know.
top this because
Yeah.
this became like a little.
It became a big
It's like-
thing.
Right?
My
became a
favorite
little
part.
thing. I
my
made the
fa-
front page of my local paper with my
Yeah, that's how
accident.
big it
Okay,
got.
they call my wife up, like, hey, we wanted to ask. I had to ask you about your husband's injury, and she was like, you just talk to him. He's not like in the hospital, like. So she's like, Harold News called us. I was like, oh, okay. So anyway, I thought that was kind
That
of
night that happened though afterwards because like it was it was a lot going on. There was a lot of blood. It was like a matanza de porco. Anyway, the ambulance came down the tightest little street in San Miguel to get it. And Derrick was walking at that time. He was fine. It was just a little.
Well, I don't know if I'd say fine, but I was.
You're here.
Okay,
You're
fine.
here.
Yeah.
You're here,
Fine.
right? So we're
Obviously,
thankful
we're
for
okay.
that. But he's inside, and they're like going over his paperwork, just going over personal information. Like, if you can just wait outside, because I went with him to the hospital. I'm just covered in blood, waiting. Mike Rita was with us, and he was getting water just so I could wash my hands. So I'm sitting there, and these two ladies walk by, and they stop. I'm like, hey. Aren't you one of the Portuguese kids? I'm like, Senora, this is not the time.
Yeah.
She was like, I love you guys. Oh, and I'm like in blood. I have sung. I'm covered in blood. I'm like, thank you,
It's like
Senora.
maybe they're filming some content.
Right? And then she's
Well,
talking
a lot of
to
people
me. And
did
then
think it
she
was a
looks
joke.
inside. She goes, this poor thing. And then walks away.
Yeah.
I don't even know if she knew I was part of what was going on. It was the wildest thing. And Derrick says, I was like, dude, you'll never believe what happened. But he was like, I'm like, I'll tell you when you're back.
Tell you after when
I'll tell you when you're back.
Yeah, it's quite the experience.
Good times.
I can imagine. It's crazy. But you have a story for your whole life.
Yeah.
You look so much better.
With
Like
a
now
scar,
there's, you know,
right?
like, it gives you a little.
My wife did say it made me look more, sexy, dangerous. Is that
Dangerous.
People look at you like,
Yes,
I
yeah,
wonder if
like,
he's
oh,
gonna
my
punch you.
Dangerous where people have to blow the whistle when he walks by. So, stay away.
Yeah.
Like, this guy looks
I
dangerous.
the
cut
other
people
way.
in line. I'm like, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. I was like, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Get my way,
People
bro.
cross over to the other side of the street.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
you know. Well, they did it before, but yeah, now they do it.
Like, because of the smell,
Yeah,
right?
because the tripa
That
smell.
damn tripa smell, dude. Oh. Do you want to try tripas? Man, I was like, these people are nuts. It's 11 o'clock. I'm not eating tripas.
But then I have a picture,
I wish
okay,
our
and they
fans,
really liked
if
it.
our fans are tuning in, they don't even know what tripas are. They think we eat intestines.
Yeah.
No, we explained it in the beginning, didn't we?
The tripas is a dessert, like
Verdadeiro.
sort of like a crepe kind of situation. It's not a crepe, but we describe it like that so it's easier for people to understand. And you can fill it with really good stuff. Ovos tends to be the one we usually
Nutella,
recommend.
yeah.
The
But
Nutella one I
is our-
had was
Nutella is our best seller. Okay? But you
Derrick
can do
liked it so much, he
anything.
must gave himself another scar.
I know. But you can literally do anything. Last
Yeah.
week when we opened on Saturday,
someone had
we
tuna
had
in it.
someone with tuna, mayo, and cheese. And they loved it.
It's
Oh my
interesting.
God, that sounds amazing.
Like a
It
tuna
was
That's a
melt.
tuna
so
melt.
It was
good.
very interesting.
That's a
It
tuna
was
melt.
good, although I don't like tuna.
no.
But the idea was
tripa is
good.
too soft for that.
I
That's
know, I get
horrible.
it.
No, but it was interesting.
It works.
It was
That sounds
interesting.
amazing.
I tried it. It
I
was
can't imagine
interesting.
savory with
Oh,
No,
so
once she
we
made
have-
torresmos, she
we
got
have one
torresmos
client that
from the
does
talho and she
ham and
put it in the
chocolate.
tripas.
Ham and chocolate all the
Yeah,
time.
ham and
That's
chocolate.
what he does.
Salt,
Well, you
it's
know what,
salt
we'll-
and, yeah, it makes sense.
Well, you bring the ingredient. If
We're
we don't
here
have
for
it, we're
everything.
gonna-
Bring
Bring the
whatever.
ingredients.
We're just gonna
BYO, like.
As long
Bring
as
your
it's
own dish.
edible, you can bring it. If it's not, don't. Okay, but
Yeah.
we keep saying that one day we're gonna try like something a little more out there. When you get Mike Rita in the shop,
Mm-hmm.
we'll make him one that's like special, and then we'll see how that goes.
An infused one, a marijuana.
Like a chocolate.
Oh,
infused
Maria
marijuana.
João. Oh, Maria,
Maria
os
João.
escreves, os escreves.
Maria Joana
As couves,
infused.
bate bué, bate bué. As couves com bacalhau bate bué, mas não é com tripas. Mas couves com tripas bate bué. We need to get Mike Reed in the shop and we'll make him one.
We'll make him one.
Buy some chocolate infused. I'm sure there's.
THC tripas, dude.
I know. Maybe
That's
it's good.
something there.
I'm
That's
telling
something
you,
there.
telling
Oh,
you.
there's a market.
There is.
There you go.
Not that I would know. I don't touch the stuff.
No, no, me
Of course, we're
neither.
just
I do.
assuming. We're
I
just,
do.
You know,
In Canada, they all do it, guys. It's disgusting.
These aren't allergies, I'm sorry.
I actually have tried it once when I was a teenager and I threw up like no tomorrow and then I never wanted to
doesn't
try it
work.
again.
You did
I'm
it
like,
wrong. You did it
done.
wrong.
In
I did it wrong.
where we
I did.
live, it's legal to grow. So I grow my own plant because I'm Portuguese, right? I don't want to buy it. I'll do it myself.
Of
My
course.
mom hated it, right? She hated it. And then proceeded to rip me apart because I'm growing it wrong. Tens que cortar isso aqui, Brian. Isso não vai
I
acontecer,
love
sei.
it.
Abre teus olhos. Olha para isso, Brian. Não tens vergonha.
fazerem
O que tu vais fumar? O que tu vais fumar aqui? Isso é tudo merda. I'm like, Mom, please. Oh, she hurt my mom. Is that hurt? No, no.
I love it.
I'm like, I couldn't believe it. And she's like, this is not going to grow right.
love
If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do
You're
it
going to do it right.
I mean,
Oh,
yes.
my
You
God.
She taught you better than that.
If we knew things about ourselves, I did not know that.
You see?
Disgusting animal. I can't believe that. Bro. You druggie. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
This relationship has lasted at least 21 years.
21. Now we're
Plus.
illegal to drink, bro.
Yeah.
21 plus. If you're going to
20.
count the years, we just knew
Oh, yeah,
each other
because
beyond that.
21
Even
just as a Portuguese kid.
Even
because
before that, when we were
Yeah.
young, at one point, me and Derrick had gone our separate ways in life, right? Like
Yeah.
he made some friends here. I moved
The
to
good
the other
old
end of the
days.
city.
Good old days.
And I had some friends, and he had friends, and like I was making dumb videos with my friends. And then one day we went to go hang out with Derrick, and he was like, "Oh, check out this video I made with my friends." I'm like, "Check out this video I made with my friends." And we're like,
Look at that.
"The hell did we just become best friends again?" Like it was just like the groups came together, and then we just like found that we're like, "Wow, we're literally doing the same thing." Like,
destiny.
Yeah.
and then eventually the friends that were like kind of doing that with us weren't taking it as serious as us, and then here we are now. Like at one point we were driving every weekend to New York from Boston to go we were taking a class at the Upright Citizens Brigade. It was a head writer of Conan O'Brien that just happened to be doing a class. And we're like, hey, the only way we're going to get better at this is taking these
Yeah,
classes.
investing
And we
in it.
drove out every Sunday, 4 hours, take a class, 4 hours back
Oh, boy.
every Sunday.
Sometimes
But
we stay there. We had
Sometimes
some
we
fun.
stood there for the grad. But they
Remember that
took,
time we stayed at a hostel with a rat?
we stood
That
at
was
a
good time.
hostel,
That was
yeah,
good.
and there was a rat that came in. It did ratatouille for us. It was cute. But
Oh my God.
but it was awesome because like they took such a liking to us because they saw, they were like, okay, you have to. It's pretty serious. Like some people in New York, like they're coming in, they're taking a train, but we're driving
4 hours.
3 states, like 2 states over to come take this class. Because like we're serious. We want to make this thing work for us, you know.
Yeah.
But
that kind of just separates the serious people from not serious people, you know. And like for us, we've always like loved the artistic part, but like I'm a businessman, right? Like so, I'm always looking at the business side of things.
Course.
And like I remember
That would be me in our relationship.
Yeah. I mean, and like it's both of us in our relationship. But like I always have 1,000 ideas. Like,
suit.
And I remember we were training in Boston. I would ask the owner of the Improv Asylum, like, how do you run your tickets and and he would be like, oh, okay, like you guys are interested to be on that. And they want to seeding us. They gave us our seed investment money when we wanted to do this full time. I went up to them and I was like, listen, here's my business proposal, and they were like, it looks good. Here you go. And so like you never know what could happen by taking things serious, like and kind of just going above and beyond to like learn something. Like when you're passionate about something, it's just so much easier to like you want to learn all the aspects of it, you know. And we've been so blessed in our lives.
And,
so if Derrick and Brian weren't doing this, what would they be doing?
I'd probably be working in humans. Like I was working in a group home before this, so I was a manager for just like children with like duly diagnosed disabilities, and I was always working in that field, so I'd probably be doing that.
Still people oriented.
Still corporate. Yep.
So people person.
I don't know what I would be doing if I'm being honest.
Probably
Before
working at the
I
bank.
left, I worked at a bank.
Okay.
But I mean, anyone that would work with me knows I was a good BSer. You know what I mean? Like, so I would move up in the ranks at any company I worked at just because of my personality, but not because I was like a hard worker. I was a good salesperson, you know. So I'd probably be doing something in sales because that's really what I did before. I worked in retail sales, and I worked and banking is just sales anyway. Just you're selling checking accounts. You know what I mean? Like investment products.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's probably what I'd be doing. I'll tell you what I could say with confidence is no matter what I'd be doing, we'd have more money than we do now.
Yes.
But money isn't everything in life.
We're rich in experience. We're rich in experience.
But you know, like we were talking about that in the car. Like we said that before. So me and Ariane obviously know we could be making more money doing something else.
Right.
Like we know that. We know we're capable of doing that, and we've done it before. She's especially done it because she's much older than me. So she's done it in the past.
Wow,
like she's had a career.
She said that in all caps too.
Whatever.
She's not even that much older than me. I just like to say it. She had a full-on career before she met me. She had a whole life. Yes, so she had that before, right? And so we could be doing, but it's so gratifying to be doing something that you love, working with people you love.
It's a different experience, right? Because you can make that money, but if you're not happy, it's like it doesn't
That's
matter.
the thing too.
Right?
When I worked at those places, I was just
miserable.
I hate that.
Know?
Like
I would dream about doing this, and like now that I'm here, I just dream about doing it. I dream about doing this more.
Yeah.
You know, and just making it work and always growing with the times.
And
I think that's why we've lasted as long as we have, because it's always adapting. You know, what's the new social media thing going on? What's the new craze going on? And then just like, again, always updating our shows.
Yeah.
Always having something different, you know?
Being relevant.
And also, that's the next thing too, is like staying relevant and updating. It's like beyond the United Nations of Comedy Tour, we'll be back in Canada with our show we're relaunching.
Yes.
Which is My Big Fat Portuguese Wedding.
That's going to be good.
I haven't watched, but
March 14th, Mississauga.
Don't miss it.
Ooh, that's the first announcement ever made of that.
Right here.
On our anniversary, I think it was appropriate.
It's our anniversary. I know. That's wild.
We're going to buy the tickets.
We have a show tonight too, man.
We have a show tonight in Richmond Hill. That's gonna be nice. When does this air?
I don't know, Jamie. When does this air?
Today,
probably tomorrow. So whatever
Friday.
you're watching
Our
this,
podcast comes out Friday. You can launch that one first.
If you're watching on
Jamie,
Friday,
pull
we'll
that
be
up.
in Cambridge.
Pull that up, Jamie. Our schedule. Pull that up.
We actually, our podcast took a little bit of a break for a while, and now we're back, and we're super excited. We love this podcast. Like, I think it's the one project we have a couple of projects going on in our life.
Of course, Portuguese.
This one is like I know. This one is the one that we kind of feel super passionate about, and we were saying before the podcast that we never know what the hell we're doing. We come in here without a plan, but somehow when you have someone go up to you and say, "Oh, like I had," I'm gonna say this because it's relevant. I had these two ladies go to the store and say, "We watch your podcast and we see us. Like I'm Ariane, she's Karina, and we have this friendship, and we feel so good. And you say this, and I think, oh, I say that too. And it's so nice to look at something and feel like you're there, like you see yourself.
Yeah.
And that's really cool
because people, it's just for, oh, I miss you guys. Like, this is my Sunday night thing. I watch you guys. I listen to it for a little. I laugh. Sometimes I don't know what you're talking about. Sometimes I do.
Oh,
but it just
that's amazing.
It's just fun. So.
But it's nice to be like, and it's like, it's that there is like, that's my payment, right? Like I would love to have money, but like that is so fulfilling when people share that they are like allowing you to enter their lives like that and be a part of their lives.
That's my but it is true.
It is.
True.
And those are the compliments we love the most.
We got an email yesterday from a couple. They were like, huge fans of yours. Like, we're very sick. Last few years, we're not able to leave the house. And the only smiles we get is when we watch your videos on our iPad.
It's like,
Isn't that amazing?
and it's like, it's like, that's what keeps you going.
Yeah. I read that, I'm like, damn, dude. Like, and I even sent it to my family. I have a little family text thread. I was like, I thank my family. I was like, without you guys sacrificing, without me not being home with you guys, I couldn't do this stuff. And like, what I'm doing may not seem important but it now, but in the broader scheme of things, like, I look back and I'm like, man, so many people have come up to us, especially post-pandemic, like, you guys literally saved us, got us through the pandemic.
Or it's like
telling us that. It's like,
that like second, third generation whose avós died early on.
Yeah.
And maybe mom and dad weren't speaking Portuguese. We get that a lot. I haven't heard these words in so long.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like, that's all I need. It's like, we don't speak Portuguese, but like just hearing that reminds me of like my times with my avó and like eating soup and all that. So, and then like, they come out to the shows and sometimes we'll do it at a Portuguese hall and they're like, I haven't had soupish in so long and they're serving it. And it's just like that reconnection too. But it's such a,
something we're very proud of in our career is
and it's
reconnecting, like, being that bridge for a lot of these older and younger together. You see a lot of these people that you never, like, you go to a festa at someplace, it's only these people from that festa, from that club's Frexia or whatever. Our show is people from Madeira, mainland, Azores,
all together, man, all different generations.
We love that. We're very proud of that.
Really
and ultimately in the end, and I'm always vocal about that, but like, we wouldn't be who we are without our fans. Okay, like we know that. Obviously, there's a lot of work on our end to make sure we stay relevant, but the fact that our fans stay with us and continue to support us and come out and like, we wouldn't be here without them, and sometimes people are like, oh, I didn't want to ask for photos, and I'm like, you can, like, I'm here because of you, like, don't ask me in the bathroom, but like, if I'm out and walking around, I will take a photo.
Because the other one was almost dying. Don't do that.
But like, we're always thankful. Please, I don't want to we're always thankful for our fans, and it's like, we wouldn't be here without them, with their support and our family support ultimately, like our wives, God bless them. God bless them for like being able to make the sacrifice with us, because this is a sacrifice. Even when we like left our full-time jobs to do this, like, it's not paying. Like, who do we talk to? Like, who's the other comedy guys that come? Like, there's a lot of losses and a lot of like heavy times that we had to go through, but like, our wives stuck with us because they recognize like, hey, there's something coming here.
There's something, of course.
And every year it's like something bigger, and it's like so many things are happening.
It's so crazy. Like, we've been doing this 21 years, and every year we keep like getting like these crazy things happening to us. We're like, oh my god, I never thought we'd get this. Like,
and nothing comes quick.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, like,
so you're in that moment and you can't believe it. You're like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening.
Like, I'm making a TV show that's gonna play on RTP. Like, this is like, it was like mind blowing. Like, we grew up watching. Now they're asking us to put a show on here, and they were like, do it your way. It's like, so English. Cool. We want your fans to come watch it.
And now we're talking about, I mean, nothing official, but now we're in talks about season 2, which is like, so good. For us, it's a dream come true, man. Like, and doing stuff like this where we're able to like perform with guys like Joe Vadi.
must be so proud.
They are. They won't say it because they won't say it out loud because my mom's afraid of the maui. So she's not gonna say it out loud, but she'll let me know. And they, we're thankful that our parents are still, that are still here with us, and like, to see this happening, to make them proud. Obviously, we want to make our parents proud as well, as much as they struggle with us doing this full time, because it's like, how are you gonna? But it's like, you took a sacrifice coming here. We're taking a sacrifice.
I'm like,
I am for the moves.
He is famous, senhora.
In certain circles, I'm pretty famous.
I'm verified.
It's funny because I think that's the thing. You are. Like, to us, this is a dream come true to be here and sitting with you guys. And we're like, oh my God, we can't believe this is happening. Yesterday, after I left you at the store and I did that short video for Instagram, because I said, I can't believe it. Like, it's amazing. You guys are so down to earth, so easy to
and just
speak
just
to,
normal people, which is kind of
cool. We really are.
Yeah, honestly, it is. It is. Like,
even,
I'll sit down for a
funny?
cafe.
Joe Vadi had mentioned that. He was like, wow, you guys have like no diva stuff. We're just so
You're just normal people.
down to earth type of dudes. Like just as long as we're fed and we're paid, we're pretty damn good.
Pretty happy.
But
Pretty
something like
happy
that,
guys.
just like having cafe, and like to me, I like mixing up with some people when I can,
Yeah.
and just like seeing the community. Like yesterday, we were like, we had a day in Toronto. Let's just go see the
know.
community today. Let's
Yeah.
just go say hello. Like make these stops. Let people, just say thank you. Like,
Shout
hey,
out to your
what's going
husband
on?
Nelson.
Shout out
by
to
the way.
Taxi.
Taxi.
You
Awesome.
follow them,
Taxi.
Jamie. You put it here on the TV.
Put it
Okay,
here,
Jamie, pull it up.
Taxi.
Jamie.
Jamie, pull it up.
Jamie.
The taxi thing.
No, oh my God, the car is so nice. We
He's
Oh,
so
I
love
love
proud
it.
that.
of that
People
car,
who just kept
right?
like,
Yeah.
they're just
So we do like,
eyeing.
Just
like,
do us a
go
big
up to
favor.
us.
And then I got
Maybe.
whistled at. I'm like, excuse me? I'm spoken for.
There was not the car.
No, he was
bro.
calling a taxi, another
If you
taxi.
guys can do me like a really big favor, he's gonna kill me. Okay,
There we
ready
go.
for your husband to kill me, and I'm not
Yes,
even
let's
his
do
wife.
it.
How about you tell him that beard is not great? 'Cause we want the beard gone. Like we don't like
The
it.
beard
Man
is
that
a
just
personality.
had to shave his beard.
That's his look.
I will not say that to him. Matter of
That's
fact,
his
Awful.
look. That's
He's
his look.
If I
Listen.
was his wife, I would cut it during the night, but then he would divorce her, and she doesn't want that. She kind of
Yeah.
likes
the
him.
beard alone, man.
That's
come
all
on.
we have left. Holy please.
Can a man not have a little?
Here's what he says. He has no hair up
Não tem nada
here,
que
so he
cima.
needs something.
I tell
Exactly.
everyone because I have a cabeça cheia de juiz, and it was just too much for my hair to hold
Yes.
on.
Ah,
It,
yeah, of course.
pu-
yeah.
it pushed it out.
Not because all the uncles on my mom's side were bald by 20. Thankfully, this lasted till 30.
So no help here. Sorry,
help
I
here.
keep trying,
It's the
Audi,
bro
but
code.
has to be
That's
girls.
I'm
right?
gonna message
Has to be
Nelson
girls.
afterwards. I'm like, Nelson, listen. No, all due respect, you look like an idiot with that beard.
Yeah.
Your wife told me to
Nelson,
tell
you
you
rock
this.
that. Rock that forever, my
No, it
friends.
wasn't even the wife. It was the friend
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
wife. Like,
Your wife's
I
business
have
partner.
nothing to do.
she has nothing to do with it.
Nothing
Nelson, it was
to do
not
with
her
this
fault.
conversation.
Do not,
Yeah,
it was
don't
not.
Hey,
She didn't say anything.
She's still here.
Nope.
It stays.
He looks like a baron.
It is.
curly.
He does,
right?
But
Yeah,
you know what?
just
Like,
like a thing.
Nelson, we have to say we're super grateful to our husbands too. Like we couldn't do any of the
course.
things we do without our. Like it would be
They're super
impossible,
supportive
right?
unconditionally, right?
They are
Right. They're
really-
thankful. They're like, oh, my wife's out of the house.
Yes. That too.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna go. Voila.
Mine is probably
Voilà, sai
thankful,
daqui,
man.
tá
We went to
chateando.
Cuba with the seniors last week, and they were probably like, "Yes, a week off."
You guys
like,
went to
we're-
Cuba with the seniors?
We-
Oh, the
Seniors,
best.
the
You can't
first,
say
yeah.
what the.
We took the
The
velhinhos
best
to- no,
stories.
let's not,
Oh
no.
my
we
God.
have-
Oh, you
The
weren't
jokes.
there.
A lot of
Derrick,
jokes.
you
A lot
were
of
there.
jokes.
You were in your
We're
movie.
gonna
Talk
talk
about that in
We're gonna
another
talk about that.
Bimbalhices
That's
podcast.
second
Yeah.
episode
Yes.
of the podcast.
It was
We have
fun.
very
The other
good
podcast,
stories.
Nooit Kent.
Yes. Vai ser muito quente, exatamente.
Noite
We have a
quente.
couple of those. A couple. Beep.
Yeah.
No, it was good, but yeah, they were out. They had a full week without their wives.
There you
so-
go. My wife loves it. My wife's like, I have everything on schedule. Do not come home and mess it up. And of course, I come home. I'm like, Dad's home. Mess everywhere.
Yeah.
Let's go. We stay up late. My wife's like, when's your next trip?
I worked on this for so long, and then you ruined
like,
it.
yes,
Men
yes,
are
yes,
born
yes,
to ruin
yes.
shit
We are.
women
We're
do.
routine ruiners, actually,
Yeah.
is what we are.
We have a thing going. So,
Anyway.
anyways, the only thing left to say is don't forget to follow Tamos. We're on every platforms.
Yes.
All the platform, all of them.
Like
We don't know
all
how
of
to
them.
say all of
All
them
the
because there's too many.
Facebook.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, streaming online,
Yes.
podcasts,
The other one,
IPTV,
the other one, the X one, the
X.
used to be Twitter or whatever.
And since
Threads,
you're at it-
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
and OnlyPans if you want to see recipes.
Yes.
OnlyPans.
And since you're at it, you're gonna follow the Portuguese Kids as well.
We're all on there
because since
too.
you're on the
I think that we
clique.
still have a MySpace account.
And you can follow
We don't.
Bimbalhices as well, since might as well.
Bimbalhices.
But we do have a MyFans account.
Like, go to my
And you know
OnlyFans,
what? And
pictures
you're-
of feet, and no, I keep saying
Come to
we should do
Toronto.
that.
Come to Toronto. Stop by Bimbers.
Stop by Bimbas.
If you've never had tripas, okay, and I'm talking about the dessert, you have to stop by
Or
and just
cachorro.
try
You
it.
need to.
Yeah.
You
Just
need to.
try.
Man, you
It's
say
amazing.
kashorro.
Cachorro.
Experience.
I'm from
go to the
Azores,
store.
baby. It's kashor.
Cachorro.
I don't say, I say kashor too.
Kashor.
Hot dog.
No, but it's not. So
not a
people
hot
come
dog,
in and
okay?
go, I want a
Purra,
hot
not
dog.
purra.
She goes, it's not a hot dog. I'm like,
I
you
spoke to Brian, it's
scare
not a
you
hot dog.
scare
Oh,
people
hot
away.
dog. Qu'est-ce que nous hot dogs? Qu'est-ce que nous
Once you go to the Canadian place, you want a kashor, you come to Bimbas.
But Bimbers, we're giving it the Portuguese Kids stamp of approval. You have to go check it out.
Silverthorne Avenue as of last week, okay?
Okay?
There you go.
Faz o Google.
Faz do Google.
Tá no Google Maps.
Guys, thank you so much. This was impromptu, right? We did not
Yeah,
plan
this was
This was
great.
not planned.
We improvised. Luckily, we have experience. You guys are welcome.
Look at that.
Thank you so much.
Oh yeah,
Our pleasure.
we
We'll
didn't do
charge
very
you
well.
in Hoje.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you to Jamie for recebemos for
Oh,
entertaining our
Jamie.
crazy stuff. And
Jamie, pull yourself up on the TV.
Put yourself up, Jamie.
There,
We want to see your first communion photo.
It has been one. I'm the emotional. It has been one of the greatest pleasures of our lives to be part
really
of
cool.
this Hora Catamos family and to have you guys
Oh,
here on
thank
our
you for
podcast.
having us
Thank
here.
you
Hopefully
very,
not
very
the
much.
last time.
Our pleasure.
We'll
Thank
see you next time.
We'll see you.
Até a
Até a
If you
próxima.
haven't checked the show, you need to go, okay?
PortugueseKids.com.
E se quiser.
Ok? Ei, e também, juiz na cabecinha, aqui e aqui.
Yes.
That's for the guys.
I love it.
That's both the guys.
That's for the guys.
Até a próxima!